Dale Carnegie is the author behind the great book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. I first picked up this book several years ago when I was undergoing so much stress in my life. I was running a web design company, and at the time I wasn't earning that much money. I had a lot of bills to pay, and I wasn't sure how I was going to earn money. My relationship with my girlfriend was deteriorating, and I had to make some serious life changes. I used to wake up at 4 AM drenched in sweat with panic attacks. I even was admitted to hospital because of the amount of pressure I was going through. It was then when I remembered the principles of Dale Carnegie's book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. Then it all came back to me. This book helped me cope through life's challenges, and I hope it can help you too. This book contains so much practical information and wisdom that I highly recommend for you to read this several times throughout your life. As we become more successful, you'll find that your problems won't disappear, they will simply transform into something else. You may move into a bigger house, own a nicer car, work in a higher demanding job, or in an even more complicated relationship. Your problems will be different, and your worries and fears will always creep up. It's important to manage this worry and fear, and in this video I'll share with you 3 principles from Dale Carnegie's book. Principle 1. Live in day-tight compartments. Dale Carnegie suggests that worries tend to begin when we have so much on our minds. We worry about the future, what happened in the past, and what's happening right now. If we do this, XYZ will happen, and I will be hurt. If she left me, then I'll be alone and despondent. If my business failed, then I'll be thrown out on the street. If I get fired, I won't be able to keep up with my bills and I'll lose my house. All these worries stem from the belief that it will happen. Although these things can happen, you can never 100% guarantee that you can prevent it. What has happened in the past has already happened, and you can never change it. The only thing you have right now is now. If you take care of today, you won't need to worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will take care of itself. Keep the past where it should be, in the past. Keep the future where it should be, in the future. But don't let them interact with the present. Hence, we should all live in day-tight compartments. Principle number 2, the hourglass. One of my favorite analogies in the book is the hourglass. When you turn over the hourglass, one by one, each grain of sand will pass through the middle of the hourglass. Then over the short period of time, the entire sand at the top of the glass is fallen to the bottom and will repeat the process. What would happen if we tried to cram as much sand into the small neck of the glass? It would break. The neck of the glass can only handle 1 grain of sand at a time. Same goes with your life. No matter how many things you have to do, it may look overwhelming and impossible to complete them all. You may be tempted to cram as much as you can into a short period of time. However, just like the hourglass, if you try to cram as much as you can, you will break. You'll become sick, stressed out, and mentally exhausted. Therefore, if you're ever going through so much adversity with a mountain things to do, always remember the hourglass. Take it 1 grain of sand at a time. This analogy has helped me get through so much adversity in my life. I remember a period of my life where I had so much pressure from all sides. I had so many bills to pay, I didn't have any money. I had no income and I was days away from losing my house. I wanted to give up, but I remembered the hourglass. So then I wrote down a list of all the things I needed to do every single day. I made sure I focused on completing that one task and not think about the future. I focused on one task at a time, and eventually I got myself out of that mess. Take it 1 grain of sand at a time. Principle 3. Accept the worst. One way to manage stress and worry is by training yourself to accept the worst that may happen. For example, many people will fear losing their jobs and not being able to pay the bills. This is a valid fear, and no one likes to be thrown out onto the streets. By having this fear, you do things a lot differently. You hold on to your job and not take any risks that may contain greater reward. Another example would be if someone had left you or you got your heart broken. If this happened, you worry you'd become alone and no one would love you. By learning to face your fears and accepting the worst, you get a better perspective on the situation and fear dissipates. If you were to lose your job or your business and can't pay your bills, you may have to move back in with your parents. Yes, you'll be humiliated, you'll feel a sense of loss and failure and you'll start over again. But at least your mum will be happy and that you're back sleeping on her couch. I know I've done that in the past. If you find her one night and she's been cheating on you and hooking up with her co-worker, you'll be destroyed and can't trust anyone again. But at least you'll have another chance of finding someone better and more loyal to you. One of my favourite ways of dealing with life challenges is to keep life in perspective. We tend to hold on to things and fear loss. We fear losing things. However, if you think about it, we are going to lose everything anyway. When we die, depending on your age, it could be 30 or 40 years from now. You're going to lose everything anyway, so there's no point of thinking you'll own everything forever. Learn to accept the worst. Finally, I would like to leave you a great quote from Dale Carnegie. He says, "Every day is a new life to a wise man." Dale Carnegie. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, like and comment. You can also visit my website at www.ubrelentless.com. My name is Kwabui and thanks for watching.